What's up, YouTube? Zemoson is back, giving you a little idea about some of the changes I've seen in the boxing scene since my last telecast. First, I want to offer condolences to the family of Bob Arum. I found out that his son was discovered after an extensive search. They found his pack a few days ago, I believe, but now it's confirmed that he's deceased. Heart goes out to one of the best promoters of all time. I want to go back a little bit. It's been a while since you've seen me and talked to me. Way back, Chad Dawson and Jean Pascal fight. I hadn't really did a lot of telecasts lately. Most of my predictions were going to be run of the mill. Of course, everybody knew some of the fighters were going to win. I was really shocked that Chad Dawson lost to Jean Pascal, or Pascal, whatever how you pronounce his last name, and his performance allowed him to get a shot going with Bernard Hopkins. So the legendary Hopkins, we're going to kind of gauge where he's looking at. I still feel that Chad Dawson is the future of that division and probably even the sport in general. Maybe he had a bad night, but we'll see whenever Hopkins gets in the ring with Mr. Pascal. We'll see what's going on with that. Of course, the Eric Morales comeback is just general news, nothing special there. But Marquez had a good fight with the rematch with Diaz. I picked Marquez, of course, to retain and win as usual. That wasn't anything special. Zab Judah's back. I'm excited about Zab Judah being back in the junior middleweight division. Excuse me, junior welterweight division. He's I think he can make some noise there. If he can get with Amir Khan, get something happening, that'd be a pretty big marquee fight for the division. Looking forward to getting Berto back in the ring. I think he's scheduled to fight somebody coming up in October, November, something like that. We'll see what happens. He's been called up by a couple other fighters too. But the number one thing that has me really excited, got me back, Manny Pacquiao is going to be fighting for the junior middleweight title against the cheater, Antonio Margarito. I'm going to predict that it's going to be a destruction, maybe 11 rounds for Pacquiao. Pacquiao's faced a guy bigger than he is, but I think that the style that Antonio Margarito uses coming straight at his opponent in there face-to-face is going to be perfect. It won't be an opponent that's going to box and run, someone that he can put his hands on. So no matter how good you are, big you are, when he starts putting his hands on you, he's going to do damage because he punches hard. He punches in combination and with rapid-fire shots. So good fight coming up right there. I hear Roy Jones Jr. is looking to do a little something in his hometown. I'm not sure what it's going to lead to. He's done everything you can do in the sport. I really don't see what he can really accomplish, but if that's what he wants to do, you know, Roy's going to be Roy. Front and center, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s comments about Pacquiao, the little runt that he's going to have him cooking Asian rice and dogs and cats. He apologized for it on Fightnews. I saw the other day he made little comments. I don't really think he is a racist or has racial overtones in his heart. He was having a little fun, and some folk got offended, so like I had to apologize about something I put on Facebook. So from now on, my shows will strictly be on YouTube. I got some people that feel uncomfortable about my affection for the sport of boxing, so I had to chill back a little bit and make some rearrangements. Come to the next thing I want to talk about, the so-called super middleweight series on Showtime. I rubbed my head, Lord, it's taking so long. 6 fighters. It's been 2 years now, and now Taylor went out, now he's back in. I don't know what to say. Kessler, he out. Abrams and lost. Arthur Abrams and lost. I don't know what's going on. Carl Frock's fighting. I don't know who's fighting who. They're talking about doing the same thing with the light flyweight or something. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Just let these guys fight on their own, and we'll go from there. This super middleweight series should have been quick, simple, and easy. I don't know what in the world. I'm talking about point system. Once you lose twice, you're out. Quick and easy. Move on to something else. We could have had a unified super middleweight champion by now. And on top of that, Butte, the best fighter in the division, ain't even in this. It's just, I ain't never seen nothing like it, Lord. I'm going to pray for you. Other than the upcoming fight with Shane Mosley and Mora, or whoever his name is, so-called pay-per-view, why I don't know. There's not a whole lot to look forward to other than some of the fights I mentioned. Fightnews did have a list of fights coming up. I was glad to see Bernard Hopkins getting back in action against the best. I think Bernard Hopkins is going to surprise a lot of people. If Bernard Hopkins beats this kid, I mean, he was an undisputed middleweight champion. He already proved himself at light heavyweight. The only thing for him to do now is go to cruiser. So we'll see what happens. But it's impressive how he's been putting in work and beating these young dudes like he did with the so-called middleweight champion, Pavlik, who embarrassed himself. But since Martinez decided to stay with the middleweight title he had, either WBC or WBO, he got stripped of WBO. I think it's WBC he's going to keep. So that's going to make Pacquiao have the opportunity to fight for a record number title. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about that. The fight game is pretty much ho-hum. Guys like Huck and Buck and named fighters I don't really know too much about. I try to do my research and everything to keep things current, but there's not a lot of named fighters out there that'll keep your interest. A lot of guys you don't, not really important. So I've been going back in my archives, looking at some of the old fights. I sat and watched some of Pernell Whitaker when he fought one his junior middleweight IBF title against Pineda, stuff like that. Some Trinidad stuff. Just enjoying the old days of the sport and trying to get that drive to come back and talk about it again. There's a lot of things I could say, but as far as predictions, I do this show for my own entertainment at the same time to show predictions for those who really love the sport, who really want to show that they have an interest in it. So we're hoping that we'll have some fights that'll get us our juices flowing. I was happy to hear on a side note that Ricky Hatton has decided to stay where he belonged, retired. I hope Prince Nassim does the same thing. Michael Grant, I hope he does the same thing. The fight with Michael Grant, I figured he'd get knocked out. At least he finished. But some of these guys are just one fight too many. I don't want to see any more Greg Page tragedies, no more Levander Johnson tragedies. Guys going too far, trying to come back one more time. I'm hoping Evander Holyfield, the WBF heavyweight champion, will not be amongst those. I think I give Mike Tyson credit for knowing when it was over just to stay over. Mike could be fighting probably for millions of dollars just to lose, but he has more respect for himself in the sport than to do that, so I'm glad to see that. Not a whole lot more to add. I was really impressed with Manuel Marquez's performance against Baby Bull Diaz. The only challenge I can see for him at lightweight is a new kid they were talking about. He's like 16 or 17 and over with 16 knockouts. I forget his name. He's a new kid. But there's just some exciting stuff coming up. I'm hoping Zab Judah, like I said, can get in there and do something. Of course, Berto can do something. Floyd's going to wait until his uncle gets situated before he makes an announcement. I'm not really, honestly and truly, everybody looking to see Pacquiao and Floyd. I know Floyd, I've said before, that in the particular fight with Mosley, I was with Mosley. Floyd Mayweather, bottom line, is the best pound-per-pound fighter on the planet today. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. After they fight, he and Pacquiao, there's nothing to look forward to because no one else can beat him. Nobody else is going to beat him, period. When I found out the young man had been sparring with Pernell Whitaker and guys like Frankie Randall, a lot of other professionals, even as an amateur, you forget that. Pernell Whitaker, pound for pound, one of the best fighters of all time and probably the second best defensive fighter of all time. If he can get in the ring and work with Pernell, nobody's going to beat him. It's not. Mostly had strength, that didn't work. Zab Judah had speed, that didn't work. One other guy he fought, that guys like Castillo had toughness. Some guys may have like quickness, some have reach. Until you find someone that has every single quality that he's bringing to the table and the work ethic to go along with it, it's not going to happen. Floyd's too quick, too strong, too seasoned, too mature, too ready. It's not going to happen. So until the next time I get a little something I want to holler back at y'all, is Avery Baines, Zemoson, signing off again. Hopefully I won't be gone as long the next time. Hopefully y'all continue to join my shows. Looking forward. We have real quick, I got a few seconds left. Bone Crusher Smith, Tommy Morrison are going to be in South Carolina. Looking forward to getting an interview with him. If I do, I'll be shooting it up to you. Till then.